This is just a little blog on, well, marketing. I wrote a blog at least a month ago on indie marketing. And this, if you read between the lines, is a bit of a what to do using um, ooblets, the really gifable ooblets as an example. I mean, it draws obvious parallels to one of the favorite games of the target market. It also talks about offering extra. It's not just the shareable gifts that Rebecca and her husband and fellow indie developer, who's also working on ooblets, that that's not all they give. They also give tutorials. Ben, her husband, wrote an awesome article that was really inspiring for me in regards to market first design. And Rebecca tweets about what life's like as an indie, living in a small apartment with her husband, making video games together, and that's like a story that her Twitter followers are engaged in. It's like extra on top of the game. So I've been thinking about like the extras that I can give with Fujin, and all of that stuff should be in a promotion plan. I left that to my team member, and I fixated a little bit on a few other things. So we've only got like my initial setup, which was just, it's like the roadmap. It's just dates for when we're doing the soft launch and doing our postmortems. But there's a bit of a to-do list here, and setting up the Twitter handle and naming the game and getting title art, recording shots and a GIF for the itch draft, and writing a game description. I also set up localization super late, but I got it in there. But this could be much more comprehensive. I mean, I did some things, like I shared GIFs and tweeted them at Fujin the Game from my own personal profile. So if we go there, this is what the official Fujin has, and that's showing off models from the animators and some style stuff that I did, and just letting everyone know the demo's out. But I don't know how to look at. Oh, actually, I've got a link right there. I forgot to @ Fujin here, but that's what I'm meant to be doing. This is just a reply, a little reminder for everyone using Polybrush to bake their vertex streams, which is the kind of stuff I love seeing on Twitter, and so it's the kind of stuff I want to give back, and it's the extra that I want to offer while marketing my games. So I should have hashtagged this PSA, because I've seen that's a thing. But yeah, this was just a little tip on what additional vertex streams are, because ever since Polybrush went free, I've heard a lot of people asking each other what that is and why their Polybrush materials don't work, and this would be why you lose that stuff, and it doesn't play nicely with ProBuilder, so you have to strip ProBuilder scripts. There's a reply to Fujin the Game talking about, I mean, this is kind of branding myself as well. Not everyone likes making nice menus apparently, but I spent many hours making super elegant universal scripts that I can just add animations to, and now they've got localization support, so that's really cool. And here's another @ Fujin, talking about channeling my nostalgia for retro CG. It was certainly more detailed than 3D games back then, but it still wasn't amazing. And that's what I'm going for, the low res, but there's heaps of it, because being pre-rendered, air quotes, you've got the room to render each frame. Something else I didn't have a Fujin handle then, but doing ProBuilder stuff, like I could turn this into a little GIF that shows the UV editor at play. I'll probably do that real soon. But yeah, that's following a bit of a roadmap as an example. Another important part of a marketing plan is to keep track of your owned and earned promotional channels and um, stating an ideal outcome so that you don't bullshit yourself about what kind of channel is worth what. So I'll start filling this out now, I may as well, but an ideal outcome is Brendan retweets select Fujin tweets, and I'm guessing the ideal outcome would be immediately more followers. And if the actual outcome is I lose followers because apparently Brendan's a really horrible person, which he's not, let's just say, I would obviously write down the actual outcome for future reference. So yes, um, the roadmap is just as important as a list of owned and earned promotional channels, because then you can keep track of what worked and what didn't work and recreate that. Teammates got a good list of style considerations for logo and branding design. We both talked about this in class, I'm pretty sure, and we picked our favorite kind of fonts. But in the end, I was left to do the whole promo page, and I'm sure it'll get a big facelift if I can spend some time drawing or doing some graphics art. But unfortunately, none of the animators wanted to do concept art. We kind of just used the Pinterest references, but I think that's really important. Looking at that, the concept art on other projects, it looked like it was really inspiring for the whole team. Everyone loves concept art. It's a big part of marketing. I've talked a lot about project management and what I do differently in regards to like picking up the pieces. Like I'm perfectly happy to like set deadlines. If the quality is not amazing, even if it's something, I can add to it or finish it off. I wouldn't change much of the market plan. Things would be very different if I was trying to appeal to YouTubers, but that's not the kind of game Fujin is. And obviously, if it wasn't just a student project that only went for a few weeks, I would have more time to share little game dev insights via GIF or short video in a tweet. I'd have more time to build a following prior to launch, and so I should see more of a launch spike. And I will continue to, in the future, I'll also make sure that I have a tagline that states as a free demo if I'm doing a commercial game with a pre-order, because this is how it actually looks in the preview. I should have thought to check the preview following publishing the page, and obviously in the future I will have a lot more game before I pop up a demo and a pre-order. There was not a whole lot of gameplay, just a little bit of a pretty environment to walk around in, and so in the last minute I made sure that it was at least pretty to look at and that it ran smooth. And I'll keep updating development logs. I didn't put in the project plan, but certainly should be. I didn't think about it, but I got a little spike when I put that little demo update in, and that's when my collaborators saw that I updated some fixes to their assets. Maybe they were more interested in giving that a retweet because my collabs are liked and retweeted. I think that demo update about the time that I updated that demo let them know that I'd pushed a little update that fixed it. So yeah, indie games isn't just making games. It's really important that even if it drains you completely and you don't like it, even having these social media apps open like me, it's so important to let people know you're here, that you exist. Otherwise you won't ever get sales and you won't be a professional. And that's what we want, right? To actually do this for a living. One last important reminder for myself, just to drill it home. I talked about it in the last post-mortem video. I talked a lot about project management and doing that differently. What I'm talking about is milestones. And thinking about marketing, if milestones are tailored around a user experience, like a story, for example, you could look at a milestone for, like, I imagine one of the early milestones was like a week of working on some nice little creature following mechanics. So the player story would be like, I want things to move around and they're cute. And so there's a lot of little tasks that go into that, but making it like a really filled out thematic story of like a player experience, and a feeling even, is going to help you like manage a project in little snippets, little like mini games that are really tweetable, um, and can help gather a following before you even have like all those pieces stitched together. I hope this has been kind of useful. It's been useful for me at least. I think that's it. I hope to see you on Twitter. Please follow me at Fujin the Game, or on itch here. Peace.